Hello. Hello. Hey Darkleaf, hey Limit, hey Luke, hey Yuna. Hey Hollow, hey Twist, hey Vex Termination. Hey Silo. What is up, weebs? Hey Crafty, hey Neon. Well, it's okay because I was totally not late today. I totally shouldn't have started about 30 minutes ago. You're lying. Haven't gotten my Zeo patch yet. And I'd like to go to the ER. Oh my gosh, Agnolia. I'm so sorry. Have you gotten your blood work back yet? And if any of this is too personal, just, it's okay. I know we're on live stream, but I hope you feel, I hope they figure out what's wrong. Hey, Jatoiba. I don't know what to do today. I mean, I want to do this, but I'm not sure if I want to start with maybe like sketching some more just random ideas, try to work this one out, let it sit until I really have a clear idea of what I want to do. If I want to clean up some, maybe we'll do a little bit of everything. Your blood work was normal. I have no idea. That sounds like, it sounds like AFib, which is what my grandpa has. Which is dangerous, by the way. But there is medicine for it. If it is something like a irregular type of thing. Yes, I hope the doctors do figure it out soon. I hope they get you on like a long-term EKG so that they can monitor it for more than like the 5 minutes you usually have it on. Hey, Trash. What else did I have for this? That's what I came up with, but when I cleaned it up, it didn't clean up as good. I feel like it's a tighter comp, though. I didn't like that one, and I used that one for Thunder and Lightning. Shortness of breath, fatigue, and dizziness. Is it like an anxiety attack, Agnolia? Like, are you having panic attacks? Hearts and hugs in the chat for Agnolia. Hey, Meshi. Like, I almost, maybe like if I had Snowfur like jumping. And it hasn't gone away. Yeah. I mean, if it is like panic attacks and stuff, that would probably be one of the... I mean, that's a lot better than like a muscular issue, in my opinion. Than like something that you would have to, it would require like mechanical fixing of. Yeah. Well, if you feel the need to fall asleep during the stream, you always can. Everyone always has permission to take naps during the stream. If they need to. Like, do I like this type of... I like them racing or like facing off and like being back to back in battle a lot. I just don't like this. These poses feel stiff. Do I have permission to eat lasagna and do math homework? You do not need permission to do your homework. We can help you, probably, maybe. Thank God you're letting us sleep. I literally fall asleep to probably like 75% of the YouTube I watch. It's basically my nighttime melatonin. Some beta blockers. You gotta be careful. I mean, so my mom, TMI a little bit, but my mom and my grandpa are both on beta blockers. And I mean, having a medicine that you have to pay for monthly, that you have to take, there's no, I mean, it's stressful. I mean, I also, but like, it's, the beta blockers are like insane. I don't think so. Are beta blockers painkillers? I'm pretty sure that they're... Yeah, they're cardiovascular medicines. Hey, Noor. Tuesday stream. Oh my gosh. Wait, Noor, I have something to tell you, but you can't tell anyone else. I'm gonna type it to you right now. No, you can't. You guys can't tell. I can't tell you the secret. I'm sorry. I remember you since I was in school. I graduated college and university. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you graduated. Congrats, congrats. Would you like to tell us what your major was? It's okay. It'll only be a secret for like a couple weeks, I promise. Probably. My spouse is a pharmacy technician and beta blockers are for cardiovascular issues. Yeah, I thought they were for like heart stuff. But they do help with like your pulse and everything. At least that's what you can use them for. My major was IT, and then in university I studied linguistics. Oh my gosh, I love linguistics. I have a major in Japanese, so I did take a lot of linguistics classes, and they were always my favorite classes. It's just so fascinating. I particularly enjoyed my psychology and linguistics class, which was very, very cool. So congrats, IT is a very versatile major. I hope it leads to much success. I don't want them to be in the same pose, but I also don't want... Would I use the old one? I don't know, and I'm not sure if I want to change it drastically. I'm kind of just sketching out some poses right now. I feel like if I had her, like, her hand kind of up, like, fiercely, maybe? Right now, I'm kind of just... I want to do a couple different poses that are, like... completely different than the one I have now to see if any of them speak to me, or if I do really... if I still like the bones of what I have. We'll see, we'll see. Major in English and Chinese. Not a native English speaker. Loved your videos. Aw, thanks. Thank you, son. And thank you for stopping back in, and I wish you all the best. Glad to see some people have gone through the college experience along with me, and that we are all growing together. See, I don't know exactly if I like that. I like... Let me go to my Pinterest that's like fighting cat poses and see what's in there. See if any strike my fancy as inspo. Still in my second year of college. I believe in you guys. All of y'all that are still in college, all of y'all that are applying to college, all of you guys, I believe in you. I believe. If I could get through college, you guys can too. It took me a really long time to get through college, comparatively to a lot of people. I think like 6 years. So it is possible. I've always really liked this pose, but I don't know. mean, at the same time, there's no rule that it has... I want them to be kind of full body, though. I put all the other ones as full bodies. I guess I didn't technically need them to be full bodies when I first started doing them. I almost wonder if it would be worth it for me to, like... do it from the side. Let's try it from the side. Because if it's the side, then I can... See, I don't know if I want him to be super fierce, though, because the other thing I think of when I think of Blue Fur and Snow Fur is, like, their connections over White Storm. No, I already don't like that. What if I took this pose? How do people size cats to nature? If you think that they're properly sized, shrink them at least 20%. That's like, at least will get you started. Like, I do like Blue Star's pose in this. But also, I almost wonder if it would be better if I swapped them. So instead, I had Blue Star's pose on this side. And then like her... This pin has been bothering me. Kind of scared for college. My advice to people, I can't give advice that is personal to you, but after going through college, in my experience, I don't think I should have started to go to college until I knew exactly what I wanted my major to be. I should have gone to a career counselor, thought about the right like major for me, and really like solidified it before I went to college. I would have saved money, I would have saved time, and I wouldn't be, I mean, essentially at this point in my life, my major in college is not benefiting me at all. Now, I don't regret going to college. I met a lot of great people through it, and I had a lot of humbling and great experiences. But I do believe people would benefit a lot more having like the experience of a career counselor and somebody that's willing to sit down with you and really like think about your future. Because I feel like when high school ends, you don't really understand that college, what you're going to study in college is really... It's gonna matter for the rest of your life, which in the grand scheme of things, high school, middle school, your like primary education is not... does not really matter. I don't know how to explain it, but if you're nervous, I would consider trying to speak to a career counselor. A lot of schools will have like one. I don't think that I don't think it's as necessary to go to college anymore to like survive in this world. I think like the parents' generation that our parents are from, I know mine are probably a little bit older than a lot of your guys's, but I don't think it's as necessary in some aspects. Of course, it's obviously still important if you like want to be a doctor but like trade school is an option. as an artist, I never really, I mean, I do have an associate's in art and I have a studio art minor. But specifically what I'm doing right now, I never went to college for. I am making connections on my own. I think what's really pulling me is that I kind of want this back leg to be visible. But you can't, it really doesn't look good when you can't see all of the leg, and I mean, it's easier to make connections now in the art world than it was a couple years ago. I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's so easy. I have been able to make connections through the industry slower, and I've had to prove myself probably more, but I feel as though it is possible for me to make those connections without spending a bunch of money on art school. And I can learn the stuff that they teach you in art school on my own with like dedication and the drive to learn it without spending a super large portion of my income and for like the future 10 years after like going through loans and stuff. Where I dropped out of college because I have no idea what I wanted to major in, and I feel like crazy. Yeah, I mean, I switched my major probably like four times. I started out with, well, and I also dropped out at my first college. So my first college I went to, here's some Nifty lore. Right out of college, right out of high school, I got a 60% scholarship to a university that was for computer science engineering. So I was going to do that. I decided that wasn't for me. And also I was just going through some mental stuff. And so I dropped out of that university. And I spent like a whole summer, maybe like 3-6 months not doing anything. That was actually when I posted the Dark Path Chosen animation, was during that time. I was bribed to go back to college for my mom. She was like, if you want a new laptop, my laptop had died, and she said, if you want a new laptop, you will go back to college. And so I decided to go back to university. I started as an undeclared major, so that was my second major. Eventually I declared it as a general business. And then I started taking art classes, and I realized that I really, really liked doing art still. And I've always struggled with the idea of doing art as my job. Mainly because there's just something in me, especially when I was in college, where I'm like, well, I do it as a hobby and it's the only thing that's making me happy. So if I do it as my job and then I end up hating it, I like lose the thing that's making me happy, right? So, but then I realized that it really makes me happy. And the general business classes, I mean, I was fine at them, but they were just like, ugh. So eventually I wanted to switch. I switched to be an art major, like a 3D animation major. And I wanted my minor to be Japanese because I also really liked Japanese, the culture, obviously the anime. Don't let any Japanese major fool you. They watched anime and they like anime. None of them are going to practice their Japanese because they weren't like introduced to the pop culture if they're like an American. But then I had a really bad experience in an art class, and it made me flip-flop my major and minor. So, and I ended up graduating with a major in Japanese and a minor in studio art. So I went through a whole thing, but I did graduate. I do have a arts and science degree, is what they call it. So here I am doing art. I still do it for fun. I do it for job. It hasn't burnt me out yet. But I have had struggles with, I don't like the question, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's always been a stressful question to me because in my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be doing the same thing for 10 whole years. I'm like, I like doing so many different things. So trust yourself a little bit. I feel like we live in a day and age where you don't actually really end up doing the same thing for 10 years like our parents did. Like, they get a job right out of college and stay with that company for like 30 years and then retire. So, I don't know. Just have fun with it. I use my general business classes when I'm doing the con stuff. I have to do a lot of financial stuff. I use the Japanese just... Well, I made some of my best friends in the Japanese major and stuff like that, and... I don't know. I don't really regret my life choices quite yet. Hey, Crunchy. I'm having fun, and I think that's the most important thing for me, is I haven't really felt like I've stuck yet, and I'm having fun, and I feel like I've made gains in every year of my life, so I'll just continue making the gains. 10 years working at my studio. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a 10-year job that I just, you know, but I don't think that they're as... In the art career, I feel like that's not very common. The art career path is not have security in it. That was what I've learned. Security in the art career path is very different from security as like working at an accounting firm or something. So you're just gonna have to accept that it's different. Yeah, I am very happy for you, Crunchy. Working a minimum wage. I've done minimum wage jobs too, Win. Is it possible for me to send this rather rough sketch I'm working on? Happened if you had to have feedback. Do you want me to do it on stream, or do you want me to give you feedback privately? I can do either. So I just wanted to let you know. Some people don't really want to get it publicly. Stream is fine. Sure. You can send it to me. I don't know. Some people will send it to me via Tumblr if you have me. Oh, do I see now? I don't know if I like this. I mean, I like... Oh, a cat cafe. It does not pay very well, yeah. Hey, you can make money drawing furries. I mean, I know, I had parents that were like that too, and they might they support me, but I know that at the end of the day, it's the rest of your life. It's not the rest of their life. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna try doing art. If I hate it, I hate it. I'll just do something different. But I might as well try. Because you only live once. I know, YOLO. But it's true. You only live once. You might as well try to do the thing that you want to do. And then, like... But yeah, I know. And especially when, like, your parents are paying for your college. I know. It sucks. I understand. Now, I will say I've thought about going, like, I've thought about learning a skill that's got more security in it lately. To be like, do I really want to do, like, yeah, I wouldn't really mind doing, like, accounting during, like, tax season for people to just get a little bit of extra money, you know? Like... I feel like I could do it. Get a little bit of extra money that quarter. I feel like it's just, like, really stressful for me to, like, put myself into a box of being like, I want to do this one thing for the rest of my life and be completely satisfied with it. I feel like I don't even want to, like, there's... I mean, yeah, I could probably draw cats in the woods and wear cats for the rest of my life at this point. I feel like, yeah, once I turn 30 and I'm, like, still drawing warrior cats, I'm like, yeah, I could probably... I feel like once you turn 30, your life kind of starts to be like, actually, I probably could do this for the rest of it and be pretty satisfied. I feel like you get that revelation when you hit 30. So, I don't know. Dropped out of college. How abusive and wasn't ruining. Now I work towards a master of psychology. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, when I first started doing art, like, before I transitioned to doing it full-time, like, doing the online shop, doing conventions, doing freelance stuff, looking for, like, short-term contracts as, like, a freelancer and stuff like that, and, like, hopefully working my way up to maybe getting, like, a longer contract work. I was working at the UPS store. I decided to work at the UPS store because I was like, oh, I'll get cheap shipping because I wanted to open my online shop, and I'm like, okay, I'll get cheaper shipping options because I'll be working for UPS. I actually found out that that wasn't the case. But I met a lot of great people there. It was a customer service job, and I feel like customer service jobs teach you so much about the world. And, like, how to interact with people, and just, like, how to stand up for yourself, and how to be nice while also lay down the law and stuff like that. So I quit. Well, I didn't quit. I gave my 2 weeks notice. Like, I did it all proper. I did quit though. I did give my resignation letter because I couldn't see myself being there for more than, like, I felt like I had learned everything that I could learn from there. And I wanted to start trying to do the conventions more, and I don't know. Simeon. Do I like... See... I almost wonder if I moved... I'm trying to theory craft Snow and Blue Star again. I don't really like how they turned out. I like these two poses separately, but I don't think that they work. I have to make them fit within like a relatively triangular space. Because the enamel pins have to be like about 2 inches. Like they're gonna be 2 inches max, so. Oh, Hollow, did you message me? Hold on. That is not what I meant to do. Zoom that one out. Dude, can I talk about how many people send me their friends? Can I rant to you guys a little bit? I don't care if people trace my art. You want to know why? Because they're probably kids. They're not hurting me by tracing my art. I don't care. I don't care that your friend is tracing my art and sending it to your freaking friend Discord server. I don't care. But I constantly get people that send me these types of things. I don't care. Every single time somebody sends me an ask on the Warriors project that says, this person is tracing your art, I genuinely just don't even give a crap. Okay. This is the picture, Hollow, as a rough sketch. Did you want critique on? What did you want critique on? The background? Dude, I don't care. I just don't care. Life's too short. Let them have fun. I traced art. I heavily referenced art. You want to know? I've just met the person I heavily referenced art from when I was 13 in real life last year, and I admitted it to them. And you want to know what they said? I'm like, I have to tell you this. I traced your art, and I totally copied your art style when I was like 13. And you want to know what she said? She said, I know, and laughed. Like, it's obvious, okay? Cat poses. I like this cat being silhouetted by nothing. Like, I like this negative space that the cat's silhouetted in. I almost feel like, now hear me out here. The first thing that comes to mind is it feels a little flat. And I think what you could do to help it be less flat is make this guy, you could keep this guy about this size. I think the tail, if the tail came up and kind of like even cemented the negative space a little bit, it might look really cool. I have no idea what sort of, the pose isn't really giving any expression, so I'm not sure exactly if he's supposed to feel confident or whatever. This guy is about the same size, so I feel like he should at least be a little bit bigger overall. If he's like further in front of the camera. And then also I would put a horizon line in here. So I would definitely figure out what your horizon line is. Because then you can kind of start to... Because I'm not exactly sure, because I think the horizon line would be right here, since this is where the river starts. And then I guess this would be like hills or something. But I feel like if you have a horizon line, you can kind of start to shape it a little bit more. But I do like the silhouette right here. Oh, this is, and this tree's in the front too. So having all the line art be the same size also kind of makes me struggle a little bit with like depth. Like if this had slightly bigger line art, I feel like that would also bring the tree out a little bit more. But yeah, if you have the horizon line, you can kind of do that grid that people do. Which will help you kind of add the depth into there. I'm not sure this tree is very high up, if this is the horizon line. So you might have to actually bring the hills up a little bit more too. And then I don't want to give you too much stuff all at once. So I'll leave it at that. The horizon line. I find that varying up the line art sizes for like stuff that's further back helps me with like depth. The other thing, I'll tell you one other thing, is that usually when I'm making backgrounds and I already have the characters planned out where I want them to go, I try to bring everything... How do I want to say this? Right now, the ground over here isn't doing anything to bring me into where you want me to look at in the picture. I assume you want people to be looking at the cats in the picture, and right now the ground covering over here isn't doing anything to help me draw my eye up to here. The river is, like, you see how the river curls all the way up into here, and it kind of like brings me up into the brightness. But I'm getting kind of lost with this ground. And I don't have any recommendations of what should be there. But that would just be like a thing that I'd also keep in mind. Like I like to draw eyes to cats using like the backgrounds and stuff. So. But yeah. I would start with that. I mean, the horizon line just helps me do depth in pictures. Even just the rudimentary one can help you like visualize where something starts and how small the line art should be. I would say that focus on those 3 things. The horizon line. If you look up like common art compositions, I think, yeah, so the Beginner's Guide to Compositions is a really interesting, it'll give you like 9 compositions that a lot of art pieces will use. And I remember learning them when I was in college in like basic drawing class. And just kind of remembering like 3 or 4 of those at all times when you're like designing a piece will help you a lot with like managing enormous landscapes and stuff like that, I think. Like common art compositions. You'll get like the spiral one, you'll get the repeating patterns one, you'll get the other ones. I like the repeating patterns and I like the, what's it called? I used to use like the focal mass a lot, but like opposite. But there's also like radiating lines. Radiating lines is what I use a lot. Radiating lines is like where you have lines that are pointing towards where you want it to go. That one's pretty good. I like that one. Oh, no problem. Hello. I do like the colors. They're very warm. I won't critique the colors quite yet because I don't want to overwhelm you all at once. I can get very overwhelmed when like somebody critiques every single instance of my picture all at once. I think the composition you have does work. Especially, like I said, I really like the negative space usage because it does bring your eye. It brings your eye into the one that's standing on the log, but the one that's sitting on the ground is getting lost. Like, I didn't notice it until I zoomed in. So you might want to use some of those tricks to make that one stand out a little bit more. If you want it to. Sometimes you don't want it to. Sometimes you want it to be hidden. Yeah, Phoenix. I would love to see it. You've been talking about it for a while. I would love to see it. Yeah, no problem. I mean, even I get, like, if I get, like, especially when it's spoken like that, if it's not written down in, like, bullet points and stuff, it can get very overwhelming because I can't remember all of it at once. I have peanut memory. Yes, you can send it to me on Discord, Phoenix. I know, we don't have a critique day, sorry. Maybe one stream. Is there like a critique day? Critique day. Is there like an official national critique day? Not really. Is there a day important to warrior cats that we can make into a critique day? Every full moon. Gosh darn, why are these siblings so hard for me to... I feel like it's because I want Blue Star to feel more like regal still, but I mean, she's blue fur. So I feel like I'm Is it better to only do one sketch? It depends. So when you do more than one sketch, it's typically called thumbnailing, and I've done it before on stream. For really big pieces and stuff like that, especially if you're not super confident. I find that thumbnailing helps a lot. Even if you like your first sketch and you think that it's good, thumbnailing like even one or two other options can help you like be even more confident in the first sketch. Excuse me. National Cat Day. February 22nd, I will not be streaming, actually. I have something that I have to do that day. I have tickets to a very important thing with my family. Ooh. There he is. Ooh, I like that. I can't listen to the music, but I'm playing it in my mind. Wait, what is this? Oh, DaVinci. Is DaVinci free? I like that shot with the hand on the face. Like going into the blood. That's a really cool shot. I like how you draw paws. Oh my god. Going somewhere with your family on National Cat Day if you do not run into a cat that day. I don't know if I will. Maybe I might. I'm going somewhere with my nieces and nephews. I got them tickets for something for Christmas, so it is on a Sunday. That is why I cannot stream that day. Gosh darn, man. At editing? Oh, that's your first attempt? It looks really good. My first attempt at a PMV was not that good. I don't have a Discord server because Discord servers in the WordCats community stress me out, and well, both of them stress me out, but combining them together seems like the makings of a nuclear bomb. So, unfortunately, I do not have a Discord server. But there are people in the WereCats community that have Discord servers, I believe. I am not in any of them. It's just not a good idea. When you've been around the fandom as long as I have, you kind of realize that Discord servers, especially like kind of publicly accessed ones, for communities that are there are a lot of people in the communities that aren't even of the age to be able to have a Discord account. That it's like just, I don't know. Not to say I don't trust in my ability to be able to moderate a Discord server, but I couldn't do it alone. And I don't really want to put the responsibility of moderating something like that onto many other people without, like, it just feels... I almost feel like I'm so sorry that I'm spending an hour just sketching. I like this, but I feel like Snowfur is just, it feels like she's coming out of thin air. Like, her body should be over here, but like, I could have her, even though I know that her body is back here, but it feels like she... Do I have any tips for starting for animation? Definitely look up the 9 principles. I know it's boring to look up, just look up things, but the 9 principles will get you started. I think one of the first things I animated, other than... I mean, I was crazy and I started with a walk cycle. But I do remember, like, animating the ball bouncing and stuff like that. Like the squash stretch and stuff. Also decide what kind of animation are you hoping to get into, because there's different types. Maybe if I like pushed blue stars down a little bit. So like if you want to get into tweening. Honestly, doing stuff, I did a lot of stuff on sticky on post-it notes. Post-it notes are like the easiest flip book ever. Do 3D animation students have to learn 2D animation principles? That sounds really dumb to like ask, but I'm genuinely curious. I just wanted to have a fierce face. I feel like going simple is sometimes better with these pins. Like, I feel like I don't have to do too complicated. Like, I'm trying to make it too complicated. How many? Okay, I only did 3 on Ivy. I don't want it to look like she's... I'd like them to be connecting a little bit more. Instead of it just looking like, I don't know. I think I'm overthinking it, man. I'm overthinking it. Learning to draw horses lets you draw everything. Is that true? Dude, my dad is texting me articles about cats. I can't read them on stream. He sent me this article called "Senior Cat Races Her Dad in the Snow and Wins Every Time." Okay. Thanks, Dad. Let's see. Typical dad activities, yeah. Okay, Winter Olympics. Wait, is the Winter Olympics still going? Or is or did it just start? Has it started yet? I don't know. The Winter Olympics is this year. Where is it? It ends Sunday. That's what I thought. I thought it was going right now. Sweden. Wait, where is it? Wait, so it's in Canada this year again? Whatever, man. Isn't like LA hosting them in like 28? It is in Italy. Okay. I was like, didn't Canada just host? Didn't we just have like the Vancouver Olympics? Or is 2026 Rio? Wait, hold on. Or 2028. Olympic 2028. Yes, it's going to be in LA. Oh, jeez. Hopefully they get the traffic sorted. The FIFA World Cup. When is the World Cup for soccer? I remember watching a couple games of it, but I'm not the hugest soccer fan. I feel like I don't know. When you grow up in Ohio, you're a college football fan. That's pretty much the only thing we watch in Ohio. In July. Okay. Nervous for the traffic. I don't doubt it. That sounds terrifying. Nora, you live in France though, right? Didn't France just have like the Paris Olympics was like 2 years ago? I bet it was pretty terrible traffic there too. Maybe I should have them looking at each other and smiling instead. I think that might connect them a little bit more. Actually, I think they feel disconnected because they're not even looking at each other. Will I be able to do her leaf pool-esque hair ties? What is the Goose of Knowledge talking about? Y'all, I think they're a bot. I can't... Deep stuff. Im Young. Has Im Young appeared? Not recently. It could be Im Young. The white cat is Snowfur. This is Snowfur and Blue Star, like the siblings. So, for those of you who are new, that haven't been here, I am designing enamel pin sets, and they're based on the siblings of Warrior Cat. So this one is based off of Snowfur and Blue Fur. Ooh, and then you get to see her paw too, which is fun. It was Pine Star. Actually... Yeah, I never really minded their matching names. Actually, I didn't really notice it when I was reading the books as a kid, I think. I think it's because when Blue Fur gets her name, you're kind of already reading the book like her name is Blue Star. So... Yeah, they are gray. Next point. Okay. Where is Blue Star? All right, Goose of Knowledge. I'm pretty sure you're a bot and I should probably ban you, but... Well, I'm pretty sure you're a bot because you're not responding to anything that I said. And I feel like if you weren't a bot, you would have been like, actually, I'm not a bot. I just really like quoting pseudo-deep intellectual prose. Oh, okay, there we go. It lives. Dude, we're on Act 2 of the Goose of Knowledge. Please do no harm. I have only journeyed to spread wisdom. Just like AI, to beg not to be rid of. You make a good point, Sapphic. Can any of us really prove that we're not bots, though? Like, really? In the grand scheme of things. Hey, Pixie. Hey, I'm replacing AI's job in a community already. And the buoyant surfer Pete. Yeah, see, that sentence doesn't make sense. This might actually be a bot. You guys, hold on. I'll leave it up to. I don't know, man. Pull on Goose. I think the goose knows things that we don't. Please have mercy. Have you guys ever seen the No, I'm Not Human or whatever? It feels like we're trying to figure out if this person... It feels like we're playing the game right now. I don't know. 60% of us think that this is a bot. This reminds me of when you called M Young a bot. I do tend to assume everyone is a bot unless proven otherwise in my chat. Until I've seen you face to face at a con and you go, "Hey, I'm so and so," or "Hey, I don't know." I'm like, so you're not a bot. Is Photoshop CC on Android? I think that there are Adobe apps on mobile devices. Photoshop is not one of them. I would not recommend Adobe programs mobily. I think that the Illustrator mobile app is okay for like on an iPad or something, but I would probably go with like, I don't know for phones what I would use, but I use Photoshop exclusively on a desktop and a laptop. I have used like Adobe Sketch or whatever on an iPad before, but I genuinely don't think it stands up to like Procreate or Clip Studio. I'm Young pulling up a goose suit, and we're gonna have to have a freaking goose emoji, aren't we? Oh my god. We're watching stream lore happen in real time, you guys. Is Nifty a bot? I don't know. Honestly, Vexterminator, I would do the exact opposite. I'm not a bot because it takes me 60 hours to make an illustration, whereas an AI will take like 10 minutes. If that. I feel like if I was a bot, I would be faster. Have I seen Pixie's Lurk Song map call? I haven't. What? Like Lurk Song as in Sparkpelt's Lurk Song? Ooh, Goose, you're almost 50-50. Have faith in your fellow man. Okay, I gave her 4 paws. Don't give her 4 paws. Yeah, what a bot answer. You're right, you're right. Wait, I want to see. Okay, I need to do a deep dive into Pixie's channel and watch some videos. I need to do a deep dive back into the Warrior Cats community on YouTube. I mean, I usually coincide my deep dives with like opening up map calls, because when I open up map calls, people apply and then I get to see maps like from their channels. So that's usually when I become updated again. Oh, OC. Oh. Luxong is like a pretty good name. We are goose discriminators around here, apparently. Sorry. The app is always in the upper left-hand corner. Piper? It's Photoshop today. Although I might switch over to Clip Studio Paint and do like a background or something that I've been wanting to work on. I don't like that. I don't like it. All right, we're 50-50. We're 50-50, and if Goose is a bot. I will say, I think putting them under the hot coals of possibly being timed out has definitely proven to me that I think that they are not a bot. You get to live, Goose. Bask in my mercy. I get to live. I can fight. No goose food. Magnolia! Magnolia's my trigger happy mod. Stand down, Agnolia. Stand down. As I said in the beginning of stream, who's ready for the chaos? Guys, we have the 67 number. 6789 in viewers. Y'all are gonna have to tell me when it's cringe to quote that meme. I know memes have a shelf life, but I don't know when the shelf life ends. So you're gonna have to tell me if the shelf life ends and it's now cringe. And yes, you guys can lie to me. How many colors was in this already? I feel like this didn't have that many colors. I think I could put... I kind of want to keep... 67 ended in 2025. It was always cringe. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like a heart, doesn't it? Sisters, such devoted sisters. Okay. Look how many, do you guys see all of these like sketches? Look how many times I've tried to sketch this one single pin. I do like this one. I wonder if I could use it for something. Like another kind of like fighting sibling one. Yeah, this is Blue Star and Snow for a maybe. I'm gonna put these up next to each other and we'll do another vote while I do a quick little breaky break. After I color these, and you guys can vote for which one you like the best. Six, 7, Ohio, Skippity, Ohio, Riz, Dabbing, Reserve. Dabbing and 67 are 5 meme generations apart. Dabbing was kind of like when I was in college. Before dabbing, there was planking, there was Gangnam Style, there was... No, flossing was after dabbing. I feel like Gangnam Style was like... No, maybe planking. I don't know. Harlem Shake. Yes! Harlem Shake. I like vaguely remember that one. Dabbing isn't a dance move though, so I guess Gangnam Style and Harlem Shake. I feel like dabbing is more of like something you do in pictures, right? Which is like planking. Whip and Nene. Was Whip Nene before or after dabbing? It's kind of after, I thought. I'm trying to think of what was in my... Because dabbing was like when I was in college. So I'm trying to think of stuff... All I can think of is like Gangnam Style. Whip Nene was before. Crazy. The Bartman? I don't remember the Bartman. I'm not exactly sure what that is. So that could mean it's really old, or that could mean that it's really new. I remember the Ice Bucket Challenge. I think that was when I was in high school. Bartman? Okay, I'm looking it up. Do the Bartman is a song from the 1990 album of Simpsons Sing the Blues. Okay, so this was before me. 1991 is before me. It's about 4 or 5 years before I was born. Also, my parents didn't let me watch The Simpsons. Blue snow. Hey, green. Okay, I'm gonna put these two on screen, and you guys are gonna vote for which one you like the best. No, no 2 pins. You pick. You pick one or you pick 2. Hold on. Don't pick yet. Don't pick 2. Don't pick yet. There's gonna be a poll. There's gonna be a poll. Don't type in your answer. We're civilized YouTube streamers. We have polls. Which you like better? 1, 2. I pick 0. Yuna, you don't have to pick any. 1 has more personality, 2 is cute. You misvoted. 1 definitely, 2 I want 2 pins, 1 win 1. I like 2. Two is more dynamic. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to my friend as well, out of context. And see what they say. Y'all, 1 or 2? There. Two could work as a sticker. Well, they're all gonna be stickers. I mean, I like the concept of 2, don't get me wrong. I don't think that Snowfur's design looks good in the pose that she's in 2. I think it could work with like, honestly, I think that White Storm and Tiger Claw might work good there. Okay, my friend that I trust explicitly with every single thing I ever do ever has said 1. And I think 1 is better too. So I think we're gonna go with 1. I like how 69 he was auto modded by YouTube. I like 1. I'm gonna try to work this pose for something else though. Okay, where is... There they are. I mean, I'm keeping them in my files, but that is not who I wanted. Go away. Yeah, I think I could rework that pose with a different... with some different characters. With Dove and Ivy. I like the pose I came out with Dove and Ivy. I like that Dove is... Well, first of all, I think it would work... No, it doesn't really work upside down, does it? But, I like that, like, Dove is reaching for the stars and, like, Ivy Pool is, like, clawing down into the dark forest. Who should we do now? Do we want to clean up ones? Ivy's tail confuses you? It does? It's just going like this. It's doing the same thing that Doves is doing. Can we have more democracy? Can we do the lightning and thunder cleanup? Let me do a democracy. We'll do who sketch next. Pretend I know English. Let's see. Who do we need to do that's over 200 still? Bracken, Thorn, Cinder, Bright, Bramble, Tawny. Crooked Oak. I don't want to do Firestar and Scourge. That one's gonna make me tear my hair out. Rusty Princess. Okay. There. I just think the other pose addresses their relationship with each other better. I almost feel like I could see that pose possibly working for Crooked and Oak. I'd love to see you squeeze 4 cats together. They'll probably be like kittens. Like I don't think that any of them, they might be kittens, so Brightheart might not have her injuries. I mean, neither would Cinderkit. So, I don't know. I feel like Brightheart is super recognizable when she doesn't have her injury. When she does have her injuries. We'll see. We'll see. But at the same time, I mean, they're kittens, so... I mean, I have her... She doesn't have her injuries in my ThunderClan camp picture. But Cinderpaw does. How hard is it to draw backgrounds? As hard as it is to draw cats. Crooked and Oak. What's my crooked? Crooked. Okay. That was an enamel pin example. What do I have in here? I have a lot of... So I had this as a sketch. think I kind of used that one for this. Oh yeah, this was my Rusty Princess possibility. I don't remember what I was going to do for that one. I kind of managed that one with this one. Should I eat white grain or brioche? Gooses shouldn't have bread. Don't feed the ducks and geese bread. That's the one I went with for the power of 3. Will we be blessed with the Strike Stone? You know I want to sneak in a Juniper Claw Sleek Whisker Strike Stone. Hold on, let me look at the sheets for Swift Paw. See how many people find Longtail. Longtail and Swift Paw. Was that the only time Longtail and Swiftpaw was... Yeah, a lot of people want Swiftpaw with, Bramble and Tawny. Only one person suggested was Swiftpaw with Longtail. That's crazy. Crooked Oak? Okay, we'll try Crooked Oak. Part of me wants Crooked and Oak to actually be like standing side by side together. Like supporting each other. I know, Mob. I think I make Longtail. Well, actually, I think it might. Whatever. I need to redo my family tree. Raw bread is just dough, I believe. Maybe I'll just do a cat floating. Maybe we'll just float them. He has like the biggest ears imaginable. And he's super bald. Look at how bald this man is. Oh my gosh. By far the most popular requested sibling pairing, like sibling relationship that I did not put on the poll is Hazelberry and Mouse, which is so surprising to me. They're not really related. That's probably why I didn't put them on the pool. Because they're technically not related, except for they're not written to be related. I don't think people would want that. I already have a lot of pins on the okay, stop. Go away. Go away. I already have a lot of pin options on the pool. Like, probably already have more than what people will want. I mean, you guys could prove me wrong. People could prove me wrong, and, like, I'll have to make more. Oh, Pixie, you need to answer... I answered your question from yesterday, this morning. I'm sorry I forgot about it until this morning. So, you'll have to answer that question. Frost, Mist, and Gray have been mentioned a couple times on, like, the suggestions, but not enough that... Like, they're not on the actual pool. If you want to take the pool and you haven't yet, if you go to the first link, I think it's the first link in the description of this video. It's on the Warriors Project Design blog. It's the newest post. So you can click on this picture and it'll take you to a survey. It'll tell you all the ones that are on my list of, like, what I want to draw. Like, I almost feel like... Oh, I wonder... Well, is there really a time... Is there a time where Oak and Crooked fight together? Is it just at that Sunning Rocks battle? In my mind, I don't really consider their relationship one. I mean, I consider their relationship as one where they have each other's backs, but in like a way of I will keep all your secrets and you will keep all my secrets type of thing. Kind of like a leaf pull squirrel flight, more like. I don't know if they did fight in that one. Like, I almost feel like their relationship when Crooked Paw becomes an apprentice is, like, super in my mind. Like, with Oakhart, like, congratulating him and, like, supporting him after the accident and, like, I don't know, stuff like that. And then just, like, wait for it in general. The Oakhart PMB from the Noodlers. I don't know why I'm, like, rendering out his face so fully right now and I don't even know what sort of pose I want to do, but whatever, man. Oh no, message retracted. Wait, did something happen to Goose? Uh-oh. I think Goose got banned. Goose got cooked. Oh well. I don't know. I'm about to let Agnolia set you free, Goose. I don't think you've really... Well, I guess we have had interesting conversations surrounding you, but overall your messages are just like, I kind of been ignoring them because I don't know what to say to your messages, so I don't know. You're not a very constructive chatter, are you? You're kind of just quoting things to the void and... Like, I feel like I want Oakhart to be, like, giving him a hard time or something. Hey, hello. I mean, the thing about Im Young is that Im Young would come and they would be active for, like, maybe 30 minutes and then they just like get bored and leave. But Goose has been here for a little bit too long. Like, they've definitely overstayed their welcome with like the pseudo literary and like nonsense. Yeah, we've only worked on one thing today. Oh my gosh. Okay, I promise. I need to like render out some pieces because I feel like my compositional like creativity for poses and stuff hasn't been flowing very fast today. I feel like today can be a drawing day. I just feel like I should probably not be drawing all the way from scratch today. That's why I like to have projects that are in multiple stages of being completed, because then if I feel like it's not a very good sketch day, it might be a good like rendering details day, or it might be a good, maybe just a day to like clean up a painting or something like that. No, they're like still spouting mumbo jumbo. I'm just not accepting it. It's getting flagged as spam. Man, I forgot how hard it is for me to draw Oakart. Every freaking time, man. I know. But you're really testing your luck, Goose. Like, really testing it. I'd like to have the heart on his chest be visible. Hey, Dean. We are trying out the Oak Heart Crooked Star pin right now. No, I don't like that. Like, I want him to be, like, doing the nudge like this, but I feel like it doesn't really work with, like, human... Like, it's more of, like, a human anatomy thing instead of, like, a cat anatomy. What do you guys think? Yeah, Oakheart is Flynn Rider. That's basically who I think of every time I draw Oakheart. But you guys been knew this. I told you guys this secret when we were doing the Super Edition poster, I think. That Oakheart is just Flynn Rider. And I need more coffee. I feel like I want him to also kind of have like a mischievous streak going. Agnolia, you have full permission to time out Goose if they're annoying you now, by the way. I wanted to let you know. I trust your judgment. Do you think that Oakheart deserved a Super Edition more than Redtail? Discuss. Who do you think actually deserved the Super Edition? Do you think Redtail did deserve a Super Edition and slash like he deserved a better one? Or do you think it would have been better used as an Oakheart Super Edition? Because Oakheart's the one that actually... I don't know. Cool idea. So you... Okay, so Redtail definitely deserved one. I don't really care. I'd love for... I meant novella, sorry. I meant novella. Do you think Redtail's stat deserved to be made, just was poorly executed? Like, Redtail deserved a novella? Or do you think Oakheart deserved a novella more? A lot of his story was told. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah. I guess you're right. You're right. Redtail never really got any of his story told. Did he? Oakheart needs to be finished out. Fleshed out. Sorry, fleshed out. Oakheart story. Yes, because Redtail had nothing on him, but Oakheart needs more character. I forcefully forget Redtail exists. It'd be better if Redtail was just the first cat to die. Well, technically Oakheart's the first cat to die. Oakheart dies before him. I kind of feel like these two cause much mischief together. Oakheart's Honor or Oakheart's Legacy. I don't know what I would call Oakheart's Super Edition or a novella. He doesn't need a Super Edition. And then I feel like as a novella, you'd have to explore something very specific. I genuinely don't think Oakheart needs anything. I also agree that I think he's been fleshed out enough everywhere else that he doesn't really need any more help in that department. Although he is just the stereotypically handsome character. So maybe he hasn't been fleshed out because I can never freaking figure out how I want to draw him. So, I don't know. Why was Redtail's novella named Redtail's Debt? He owed a debt to Tiger Claw, and the novella was like the premise of his debt. That is, like, he feels as though he owes a debt to Tiger Claw because he saves his life as an apprentice. That is the premise of the book. I think I'm gonna make his eyebrows black so I don't have to... Well, I don't know. These guys are gonna have so many colors as well. Actually, they might have the same eye color. No, they don't. They don't. Because Crooked Star's... What is he supposed to have? Green eyes or something? And he ain't gonna get his nose spot either. Sorry. I might have to simplify him up anyway. Crooked Star is very... I tied down his markings while I was working on Star Clan shows and when I did a couple of Crooked Star ones, but I don't remember exactly how I tied them down. But he needs his white chin because then I don't have to... Then I can have, like, the pointed out tooth. I'll just do one tooth, I think. Crooked Star looks tired. He is always tired in my mind. This man, he's like that presidency meme where like Barack Obama had black hair and then at the end of his presidency he had like all gray hair. That's Crooked Star. Except that's like his whole life. I'll work on it. I'll work on his face. I know. I need to fix... I'll figure it out. He needs like a whole entire like redraw from scratch. It works fine for the sketch though, I guess. His face needs like a whole entire like tie down. And then I believe, yeah, okay. He has, so his markings, I've tied them down like this. So he has his shoulder right there. I don't think I'll do the white paws on him. I don't think they're necessary. I think they'll just clog up when they're lined, because they're going to be interjecting like that, and I think that's just going to look really messy with them lined. Okay, and so he's got a marking. Goes like this. And then this one curves like that when it's like this. And I kind of use this empty space. I can't remember. I animated a walk cycle for his design once, but I'll have to pull out how I tied them all down. See ya, Goose. Like, I don't know. I might simplify his markings up a little bit for the pin. Maybe just make it one big marking. That could work. I might just smooth them down too. He's got those little roughies, but I don't think they're necessary, especially if I give Oakheart the roughies right here. They kind of blend into each other. 1,000 new ones. Oh, we are gonna have to look at these. I'll tell you which ones have actually been picked. Okay, what's Crooked Star's real eye color? It's green, right? Great, green eyes. Yes, that's what I thought. He's got green in his eyes. It's just that I also make them blue because I'm insane. And no one's properly... Well, hold on. Hold a moment. What did I do for the poster? Did I change his eye color? No, I didn't. No, he still just got like blue with a green circle ring in it. Okay. Yeah, I think we actually had this discussion already. I'm almost positive we've had this discussion. Where Crooked Star's eye color doesn't matter because when people see him, they're going to see his jaw and know immediately what he is. Which is why it doesn't really matter if he's like a light brown tabby or if he's got... I mean, obviously he needs to be like a brown tabby or like a brown cat. I would argue that he doesn't even need to be a tabby. I feel like you could just have him as a brown cat with the twisted jaw and it would read. Technically, I guess I don't technically need the white on him. Let's try it without the white. Because he's gonna need like the tongue color. For sure. And he needs the green. But let's see what Okar has for colors. My fave official art of Crooked Star? I don't actually think I have ever seen an official depiction of Crooked Star that actually hit for me. There are quite a few fan depictions of him that do, though. I specifically really liked Kaidog Ryu Lindsay, the person that made Mr. Brightside, did a Crooked Star design once, and it hit for me. I cannot find the picture anymore, but it definitely lives rent-free in my head. I don't think the Crooked Star's Promise original cover looks like he has a twisted jaw, right? Like, it just looks like a normal cat. Hold on, let me look at Crooked Star's page. Don't get me freaking started on... Never mind. Yeah, this is definitely, like, if I had to pick an official picture, this is definitely the one I like the most. But even then, it's like... I don't know. It doesn't, yeah. It's the best, but then there's not that much competition. What's my favorite Super Edition? I don't know if I have a favorite. Every time that I think about which one's possibly my favorite, I can't like think of a single one. So I don't think I have a favorite. Okay. I don't know how to really incorporate. Now, am I thinking, okay, they're about the same. And they're about the same. Okay, okay. So let's give him... I guess for me, it's impossible to... I feel like Super Editions... I understand that a Super Edition should probably be considered superior if it can stand on its own as its own piece of literature and requires no extra reading of like the Warrior Cat series to fully understand it. And in that regard, I do really like Crooked Star's Promise. But also, if you think of Super Editions as supplementary material that's focused on a single character and like propping up the arcs with an interesting but not necessary backstory, then I mean, I really like Crooked Star. I really like Crowfeather's Trial. But Crowfeather's Trial is not good if you've never read Warriors. Like, Crowfeather's Trial demands you know about Crowfeather's backstory for you to really, like, appreciate it. Whereas Crooked Star's Promise, I feel like you don't really need to know anything about Crooked Star to enjoy that book, so... But I am somebody that has read every single Warrior Cats book, and can come into it with that experience. I think what I'm going to do is... something like that, and just make him maybe have... Oh, they look like eyebrows now, though. I don't know if he needs... Do I actually like the fact that there's so much white on Oakheart with his chest showing like that? I don't actually know if I like that. Me changing Oakheart's design for the 15th millionth time. I literally cannot settle on a design for this boy. I think I like that. I know, I do too. I don't know why, but on the pin, I feel like on the pin, the white is overwhelming. I think it's because... maybe it's just too big. Because I like having the heart shape be like a white color and stuff like that because it makes you drawn to it. Maybe if I just make it smaller? So I also think that having it clash, because it's the same color as Crooked Jaw's chest, or Crooked Star's chest, whichever one you want. I think maybe having it so that it's not clashing and going right up next to the color will help. Do you guys ever get sick of how much I freaking fiddle with my art? I feel like I do sometimes. Don't worry about it too much. Just get the basic thing down right now, Jessica. Don't fuss over the details. You can modify it, but I do like it better now that it's not touching. I think I could make Crooked... I feel like I could make their heads a little bigger. I think shrinking it helped a lot. I think making it that big was just... it was just too much. No, it's not Tiger. It's Oak Crooked. I was thinking of Tiger Heart because he has the same... because I think I was making it more like Tiger Hearts. Oh wait, I have to type in Tiger Star. Because you see, I was making it more like his. His heart hits the edge of his poofies. Wait, where'd you guys go? Okay and Crooked. Yeah, I think I could make their heads a little bigger, maybe. Maybe not. I guess they're okay. I mean, Dove and Ivy don't have that big of heads. I didn't count how many colors are on this. You guys want to count? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's 7. It's actually not that many. I still want to get rid of. I still want to make that feather in Twig and Violet smaller. Shall we clean one up? Do you guys think we should clean one up, or do you guys want to keep sketching? I mean, if you go back in the video, you'll see my entire process. I did both this one and this one on stream today. So you get to see my whole process. Keep sketching. Oh wait, hold on. Let me check what Sapphic just said, that they put a bunch of ones in. Oh, did you just do them all as like separate? Oh, that's nice of you to do one for each comment. Frost on Municipal Gray Sky, Ash, Fern, and Cloudtail were on the list, by the way. Airy, Firestorm, Amber, Snow and Dew, Night and Finch. I've had people suggest Nightheart, Finch, Light Flicker Kit. I've had people suggest Night, Finch, Bay, and Myrtle. Spot, Fly, Snap. We don't really get to see too much of their, like, sibling relationship. Golden and Shine. Lily and Seed. Blossom, Mumble, Briarlight I might make. Bubbling Stream, Blue Whisker, Spiderpaw, Honeypelt. No. Mothlight, Death Muzzle was on my original list. Stem, Bristle, and Gray. Cherry and Mole, Clover and Thistle. Shivering Rose, Morning Fire. Okay, all 5 of them. Moon and Goose was on my original list. Soot, Rain, and Soot Fur has been requested a lot. Raven and Dustpelt. I don't see it. I don't see them as siblings. I don't like my Golden Paw, so I'd have to like redraw my Golden Paw. I'm going to I'm hoping he gets... I'm hoping Inspiration strikes me when Chasing Shadows... Well, wait, no. Chasing Shadows just came out. Is it Hidden Moon? Which one's coming out? Shoot, I keep getting Chasing Shadows and Hidden Moon mixed up. Chasing Shadows, okay. I'm hoping that he gets a little bit more going for him and Chasing Shadows, and it like stirs up my brain juices and I can redesign him. I keep thinking that Hidden Moon is Chasing Shadows because on Chasing Shadows, Moonpaw is on the cover, but on Hidden Moon, Starling Paw is on the cover. And do you guys see how I'm getting my wires crossed here? Yeah, Fireheart and Princess definitely need to do. Alrighty, yeah, we can clean up, but you guys want... You said maybe Storm... Stormfur and Feathertail? Hold on. Let me save this. I've done Greywing and Clear Sky. They're right here. Yeah, Rusty and Princess are on the list of ones I need to make. Root Spring and Needleclaw, they're on the list. About 10% of people expressed interest in seeing them. They're actually one of the lower voted on characters with less than 100 votes. The ones with less than 100 votes, Bristle, Flip, and Thrift, Gale and Crowstar, Mudclaw, Torn Ear, Nightpelt, Clawface, Root Spring, Needleclaw, Starling Paw, Robin Paw, Thistle Rose, and Sweet Paw. Strike Zone, Juniper Claw, and Sleek Whisker have 100 votes, so stay winning, I guess. We've done Hawkfrost and Mothwing and Tadpole. They're up here. Actually, I'm gonna BRB here. I'm gonna BRB and get some more coffee. I have not done Bramble and Tawny yet. They are on my list, yes. I'm gonna label these so that if people come in and ask what they are, people that have been here can answer. And I will BRB. I return. Alrighty. I want to change Crooked Star's eye shade. I don't like it. It's too green. After coming back to it. You can see the ones that I'm gonna make on, if you click the link in the description of this video, Duskpaw, you can, and you'll see a survey link on that website, and it'll have all of the pairings that I have possibly will do, / probably will do. You can even vote for which ones that you are more interested in. I can link it. Hold on. Let me... Actually, I have it open, so I can link it in chat. Here you go. There's like a... Isn't the warriorsproject.tumblr.com in the description of this the streams? Am I not thinking that there is a Warriors Project link in the description? I should probably fix that. It's the blog that I always have on this side of my screen, by the way. It's always this is the blog. The blog. For all of my Warrior Cat shenanigans. Anything that ends up on this blog can be used as inspiration for other people's Warrior Cat projects. He has a very round nose, and also I think my music died. Oh my gosh, my music died and I was actually here? Color me shocked. Go back. Yeah, vote if you want, or you can just look and see which ones I have planned. I don't know, I like Stormfur's character arc. Of him, like, deciding to stay with the tribe and everything, so... And I like him and Brooke. They're cute. In fact, the Stormfur map that I have in mind centers around his decision to leave the clans. I quite like him. But I need a voice actor for it, and I haven't haven't gotten a voice actor. I have a couple people in mind that I would love if they could contribute a single monologue. How many people have voted on the poll? I have 813 responses. Here is the, here are the results. So, nothing too surprising here. The 3 most popular are the ones that I wanted, that I was going to start the enamel project with. I think the most surprising thing for me on here was how high Blue Star and Snowfur are. They're actually the 5th highest after Firestar and Scourge. Okay. I saved the environment enamel pen. I wasn't planning on it. The Lorax pen is not in my vicinity. Probably my Grey Wing Clear Sky pen. It's probably the one that when it gets made, I'll put it on my bag. I might put the Dovewing Ivy. I like the Dovewing Ivy pull pin too. Probably put both of those on my bags or like interchange them out. Okay. Get his toughies. My hand has been unable to rest for the last couple days. I feel like I've been kind of pushing it a little bit too far. Which how much I'm asking of it. Okay, his ears. Dear chat, I'm adopting a fawn kitten. She's a female and I need options. Apple. apple. Next question. She's almost cream. Name her Nana, short for banana. Nana. Sorry, all of my options for naming pets are food. Always. I just name all my animals after food. Foodstuffs. Why would you name a cat after a name brand medicine? At least go generic. Yeah, come here, acetaminophen. Aw, Sertraline, you're looking so cute today. Has Stormfur and Brooke been in any... No, neither of them have been in any of my camp pictures. Okay, okay. Ibuprofen is... No, ibuprofen is a brand name. You can't use a brand name. They'll sue you. Binding of Isaac's item, the wiggle worm. That's a very obscure item. I thought, before I finished the sentence, I thought you were going to say named after Guppy, the cat in Binding of Isaac. And I was like, that is a cute name. And it was a real cat's name. But no, the wiggle worm. Also, I'm pretty sure wiggle worms aren't like from Binding of Isaac, right? The wiggle worm is like that's just what it's called. Because all of those items that are the worm items in Binding of Isaac are just like the brain worm, the wiggle worm, the flatworm. They're all just like, you know, named after actual saints. Except for like the rainbow worm and stuff like that, but... Toast, waffle, Almond, petal. I like almond. You could shorten it for Al. Well, almond's good for a boy cat, I think, because you short it to Al. Or like Monty. Almond. Money. We were really into watching Northern Lion playing Binding of Isaac. Binding of Isaac is the game I have the most amount of hours on. Anywhere. I quite like that game. The Wiggle Worm sucks, though. I never pick it up. I could probably talk about Binding of Isaac all stream like I do Warrior Cats, but I won't do that to you guys. He has 4 toes! Oh my god. Bro, almost passed the test. There's Binding of Isaac stuff in Fortnite? I don't play Fortnite. Lemon Pie? I think you should name your cat Toast Waffles Almond Petal Petal Blossom, and for short, she can be named Toto. Whiskers is always a good name for a cat. Do you guys know what princess? Well, okay, I just spoiled it. Never mind, I just messed up the whole sentence. I was gonna say, did you guys know that Princess was Apple's first name when I got her, and I renamed her to Apple, and so her full name is Princess Apple. But my brain was going too fast for my mouth, and it just blurted out princess in the middle of that sentence. Princess Apple of what kingdom? That's true. It does sound like a Mario character, doesn't it? Princess Apple. I don't know. If you get another cat, will their name be Peach? Apple does not want another animal. She doesn't like any other animals in the house other than her. Does not like when my sister's cat visits. She tolerated my dog, but we got them at the same time. So I don't really plan on getting another cat. while Apple is still around because she just doesn't want it. However, I was at a cat convention and I just so happened to be sitting across from the adoption agency that they were partnered with, and they had like a little cat room where you could go in and play with the kittens and like older cats and stuff and like adopt them out and etc. And I was playing with one of the kittens in there and it was so cute. It was so adorable. I was absolutely obsessed with her personality and like everything. And the adoption person that was there running the building, she was like, her name's, this is why I suggested this name, by the way. Because she was like, oh, well, her name's Nana. And I was like, oh, well, I already have a cat. And she's like 16. And I don't think she would appreciate me bringing home like an energetic kitten. And then we were talking. And I'm like, yeah, her name's Apple, my cat. And she's like, oh, well, Nana is short for banana. So apples and bananas. And I'm like, oh my God, don't do this to me. That would be like way too cute. But so I do think Banana/Nana is a really cute name for a cat though. And I think people should know that it's a possibility. So that's why I suggest it to people. See, I remember I didn't really like how... I think I want to simplify that. Do I like how that flows better? I do, I think. I do. I do. I mean, it doesn't... I mostly just didn't like how it cut into storm firs. Oh my God. I did stone fir, snow fir, and then storm fir in my brain, cycling through them all. I didn't like how I think it cut into his tail. Theo and Rory. I think Teddy is a cute name for a pet. Like as a short for Theodore. I think Teddy would be a good name for a pet. Something like that, maybe. Okay, let's pull up Feathertail. I kind of want her to have more of a mischievous look. I remember I said last stream. Like, she's looking a little bit too... Like, I want her to look like she's... more optimistic than, like, mischievous, I guess. Maybe more... I feel like rounding out her eyes will help, maybe? Clear Sky's not a villain. My favorite villain, I don't really have one. I guess Soul. I also feel like Soul isn't really a super villain either. I mean, when I think of... I guess when I think of villains and warrior cats, I think of, like, comically evil people. Darktail One Eye, Broken Tail, Tiger Star Scourge, Splash Tail. Maple Shade. I mean, Maple Shade's not comically evil, but you know. Cats that actually ended up in the Dark Forest. Clear Sky doesn't end up in the Dark Forest. Although, Ashfur too. I mean, Ashfur is kind of comically evil, so yeah, Ashfur would count. I do like Ashfur in Broken Code, actually. He might be my favorite villain. Exclusively, like, Broken Code. I don't know. Is Apple Dusk a villain, though? He's not really portrayed as a villain. Kind of just portrayed as some dude. I genuinely don't think about Apple Dusk that much. I don't really... I guess I don't really think of a lot of the villains that much, honestly. Hmm. Eleanor. Do you think Morning Kit's a villain, though? She hasn't really hit that comically evil point for me yet. She hasn't really hit any point for me yet. Not gonna lie. Yes? Maybe. I have almost no faith or no expectations in changing skies anymore. I feel like it's gonna drag on for another year and a half. It's gonna be extremely mid. And we're just gonna have to hold tight. The Moonpaw situation. I mean, I think my thing about the Moonpaw situation is that we already have characters in the narrative that are just equating it to the Ashfur situation, so it's... And then, like, with the Crowfeather reveal that he's a ghost and Starling Paw can see him, it kind of feels like they're trying to, like, capture the lightning in the bottle that I feel like they did with the Broken Code, with, like, the nostalgia of having Squirrel, Ash, and Bramble be, like, major characters along with, like, these newer characters. But they're not doing it in a way that's, like, interesting me in the slightest. Because now we have Crowfeather that's going to be a ghost, and Starling Paw's going to be able to see him, and he's going to have to try to figure out how to make him not a ghost. And then we have Moonpaw that's probably getting possessed by Morning Kit. We have a voice in her head that's telling her... I don't know, it's... I mean, like I said, I'm having no expectations. That's how you should read Warrior Cats. Go in with no expectations, because typically that's gonna be the best way that you're gonna be able to enjoy it, because any expectations you have are usually not met anyway. So... He didn't die. He's a spirit right now. He's got no broken bones. I'm almost positive that... I mean, dying in Warrior Cats means nothing. You guys do realize that, right? It only means something if they're double dead. They can still be used completely narratively as ghosts, as StarClans, as now, like, possession characters, like... He was breathing. What? Yeah, he's breathing. His spirit was knocked out of him. And the chapter ends on the reveal that, like, Starling Paw can see his spirit floating above his body. I mean, they've already been hitting... The only thing about the Broken Code arc is I felt like it... The thing about the Broken Code arc is that the reveal that Rootspring can see ghosts, and that's going to be a major plot point, happened at the end of the first book. Whereas this reveal is happening at the beginning of the third book. Do you understand the problem here? Yes, it was hinted at in the second book when he can see Morning Kit at the gathering. But it's already been established that that's going to be like a major point in the fourth book. It just feels like the pacing is going to be literal, like you're peeling off the band-aid in the slowest, most painful speed you can possibly imagine. That's changing skies for me right now. It's a filler arc. 100% a filler arc. At least that's what it... like I said, I've only read the first two books and the teaser of the third book and the teaser for the fourth book. Or I've read the first 3 chapters of the third book and the teaser for the fourth book, is what I meant to say. And I'm telling you right now, after reading the first 3 chapters of book 3, I feel like it's going to be another nothing happens in this book. We're probably going to end on another cliffhanger. They love to end on the cliffhangers right now. But even, like, ending on the cliffhanger that, oh, Crowfeather might be dead. They did the same thing with Shadowsight in book 2. Y'all, it's literally Broken Code again. But paced horribly. Even worse. The pacing on Warrior Cat's books lately have been a struggle. A Stardust Clan was pretty poorly paced out as well. I remember Wind is entirely useless. Sky and Shadow could have been a single book. No, I mean, I had a fun time with Hidden Moon. But it wasn't, like, plot relevant fun. It was just, I enjoyed the nostalgic trip of Hidden Moon. It means nothing to the plot, though. It was a more enjoyable read than the first book was for me. I don't even remember what the first book was like. Wait, hold on. Who's writing Chasing Shadows? Is it Cherith? I thought it was Cherith. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, Cherith is on her way out. I don't think she cares. Hey, why? At least in this book, cats finally tell each other things. Okay, so... Yes, I believe... So we're gonna get freaking... All of Moonpaw's chapters are just gonna be her growing close... Like, her crushing on Goldenpaw. Tawny Pelt's entire chapters are gonna be her staying in ThunderClan. And Starling Paw is probably gonna be, like, dealing with Crowfeather the whole time. Because in the fourth book, Moonpaw, Morning Kit, and Goldenpaw... So the book is probably going to end with Moonpaw making a choice or something. Like, she's either going to leave the clan with Goldenpaw or not. Probably will. Tawny Pell is fine. So Tawny Pell will spend the entire book trying to convince somebody to go to the Whispering Cave with her. That's going to be the entirety. This is what I'm telling you what's going to happen in Hidden Moon. Okay, you guys? I have not read the books. This is not spoilers. This is my theory. Moonpaw's entire premise is going to be she falls in love with Goldenpaw. She finally trusts Goldenpaw enough to trust him with the secret. They decide that because Morning Kit probably starts saying crazy Coco Loco things, she decides to leave the clans. Brambleclaw might even die. Who knows? Because he's been mentioned to be on his deathbed a couple of times. The end of the book is going to be the cliffhanger of them leaving the clans. Because Moonpaw's chapter is going to be the last chapter of the book. Tawny Pell's chapters are going to be absolute nothing burgers again. It's going to be literally just her arguing with the same exact cat she's argued with for the last 2 books. Tiger Star's not going to listen to her. She's going to find probably some wisdom in Leaf Star after Cloudtail confesses that he saw the Whispering Cave to some elders or whatever. And she'll have Squirrel Star and Leaf Star's support to actually, like, maybe go to the Moss Cave. But it's not going to happen in that book. It's literally just going to be her talking about it. Starling Paw's the one that I'm actually not sure what his point of view. He's going to have the most interesting point of view of the whole books. I think. Because his blurb for the 4th book is punished for speaking out at the last gathering. Starling Paw fears that he's the only cat in SkyClan who understands what the prophecies mean. With the support of his mother and a few clanmates, he seeks out a larger role in the clan. And then also we know that Leaf Star doesn't die in the next book, by the way. Starling Paw is the only one that I feel like I don't exactly know what they're trying to do with him yet. So. And also, I thought he had the best point of view in the last book. Yeah, magic. I just... It's okay. Changing Skies will be mid. It doesn't... I'm not going to stop reading Warrior Cats because Changing Skies is mid and a pain to get through. It's just a pain to get through. It's just going to be painful for me. I'm like, oh my god. The fact that I can kind of, like, there's absolutely nothing that I'm like, oh, how are they going to deal with this? Oh, this is interesting. And there's no concrete... We still don't even know if they're going to freaking leave the lake or not. That pisses me off. I have no idea what the full plot, other than, like, the Two-Faced Cat prophecy, which is literally just talking about... Everyone knows it's talking about Moonpaw. I swear to God, if they pull out some stupid thing like they weren't actually talking about Moonpaw, I will be so pissed. But Warrior Cats doesn't do that because it's written for, like, middle schoolers. It's always the most obvious thing. But it's what they do with the most obvious thing. The only reason why I'm like, oh, maybe it's not about Moonpaw is because... No, it is. It is. There is no reason. Anyway. That is my expectations. I'm expecting Chasing Shadows to be a bunch of boring. A whole lot of boring. So hopefully... with my expectations at absolutely 0, I will have a positive reaction when I read it. That is how I stay a Warrior Cats fan. Now, I will say, I was extremely amused that Crowfeather survived his fall with no broken bones. So I guess there is already something that made me laugh really hard already in the book, so. When you think of it like that. Oh yeah, I forgot that I need to close his eyes. I really hope they don't do that, but it seems like they might be doing that. I'm sick and tired of apprentices not getting their name until the last book of their arc. I'm so sick and tired of it. And it's only happened like once. It only happened once and I'm tired of it. Never do this again. I'm taking the pin away from you. Gentle reminder that Firepaw got his warrior name in the first book of his arc. We'll see. We'll see. No matter what, I will read it. And no matter what, we will talk about it. So... I think that's right. I need to fix this, though. Does she have a different hair color? Of course she does. Of course her hair color is a different color than all of her other ones. Pink nose. They both get nose privileges. Oh shoot, my chat is paused again. No, it's not. Okay. Oh yeah, it was paused. Oopsies. Yeah, it was paused. If Bristlefrost could get her warrior name in the first book of the arc, clearly it doesn't have to be at the very end of the arc. Well, so did Nightheart. I don't understand why they can't just like fast forward a couple months and like give characters their warriors' names. Do I want to keep his, like... It's not really a beauty mark. It's just, like, something that Graystripe has as well. It's not even colored in on Graystripe. Maybe I shouldn't color it in. Yeah, it's just something that Graystripe has. I won't color it in. I don't even know how necessary it is. I know. I might push back her birth. If her kits are mentioned only and like don't actually show up at all, I might push back their births. It just depends when they appear as like warriors or whatever, or like when they actually change into being apprentices. I've done that before. I fixed issues. Yeah, I like her tail up like that better. Okay. Clean. Storm fur and feather tail. Curious about I was surprised that Gravel Nose is that's what I looked for in the Allegiance, and I was surprised that they weren't in the Allegiance, but then I realized that they didn't just like quick travel to SkyClan in Starling Paw's point of view, and I don't think we're going to see SkyClan until like Tawny Pelt visits. Managed to fudge your age to 13 months. Yeah, we'll see what I can do. I need to work on the magnum opus again, but I am so, like, my time is... I just don't have time to work on the spreadsheet right now. I have to work on other things. Yeah, I like that. Honestly, I might make Feathertail's head bigger. I might redraw her head. I think her head could be bigger. I won't do that on stream, though. And when I vectorize them, I can easily make her head bigger. Alrighty, I think that's it for me today, though, you guys. I have been live for almost the 4 hours I usually am live for. Okay, let me look at my commissions. What do I have up already? 2 headshots and a chibi. So I will open up one more commission for Saturday. This is Saturday's stream. Before let me open it, and then I will tell you guys. I'll do a recap of what happened on stream. Commissions work by you paying me money, and I draw what you want me to draw within reason. And you pay me money on here. I'm only opening one more slot because I had somebody reserve a slot. So on stream today, we reworked Blue and Snow from their original. I didn't like their first one, so I reworked them. Then I did Oakheart and Crooked Star. I need to change his eye color. I don't like Crooked Star's eye color. And then we cleaned up Feathertail and Stormfur. Yeah, friends can reserve slots. I know, I play favorites. But yeah, that's all we did today. We're on to 12 designs. It's not too bad. I know. I'm sorry. I do play favorites, though. I only let friends reserve, like, one slot every month, though. So. Like, about. So I try to keep it. But anyway, I'll see you guys on Saturday. Saturday, remember. Saturday this week. So not tomorrow, but the next day. I'll be doing commissions, and then I will be back on Tuesday to do Warrior Cat stuff. Yeah, I'm having fun doing these, so I've been liking doing them. So I might just continue doing them on stream, although I should probably work on some other things, so... Nah, I mean, not really. Oh, I didn't color the rest of Crooked Star. It's okay. But yes, I'll see you guys all when I see you. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and I suggest you go eat something too. And I will talk to you guys all later. Bye!